You guys, you read that right. I listened to every single song nominated for the 2024 Grammys.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
And I had some things to say.
I've got some things to say.
Before we get started, I just wanted to say this hat is by Pop Girl Co. And she does a lot of amazing Taylor Swift themed clothing items. So she has a hat for every Taylor album. This is for Folklore because of the Mirror Ball. Let's just dive right in. I'll be listening to some songs in real time that I'd never heard before because there are a lot. I have been called a boomer on Instagram twice this week, and I politely always say, no, I'm Gen Z, and I got responses that said I was sad. But I don't know a lot of these current artists. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. So how this works is I'm going to kind of break down the songs for you. A lot of songs have been nominated in different categories multiple times. You know how that works. So I'm going to tell you which song that I want to win, and then I'm going to tell you the song that I believe is going to win based on not a lot, because I'm just a girl standing in front of a computer talking about music. Okay, let's get started with Record of the Year. And a lot of these I actually didn't know, despite a lot of these songs being very popular. So I am going to start with Jon Batiste, and this song is called Worship. In my opinion, the beginning had a little too much effects and mixing, but I really liked the layering of the song. Batiste already has 5 Grammy Awards, so in my opinion, I really want to give this one to Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
And what makes this night perfect is I can share it with the 2 women who've inspired me with their character, strength, and of course, man stealer, song loser.
Because Miley has never won a Grammy Award and it is her time. Flowers was everywhere, despite being like a TikTok trend, which I don't like to judge popularity just by how it's used in like commercially like that. I think despite all of that, in my personal subjective opinion, I think it's a fantastic song. And she has one of the most incredible voices of a young artist and really pays tribute to rock and roll and classics. And if you read my piece on the Plastic Hearts album, that is the perfect example of her honoring those before her. Debbie Harry, we got Billy Idol, we got Stevie Nicks. Next, we're talking about Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius. I don't understand what they're saying most of the time. And if you didn't know, Strong Enough is a almost direct lyrical copy from one Miss Sheryl Crow, who was recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Phoebe did elaborate upon my research that the chorus and the title of the track, Not Strong Enough, is inspired by the 1994 single by Miss Crow. So there you go. And that line, always an angel, never a god, they repeated it like 100 times. And I'm quoting someone I really love when I say, repetition is not creative. So next we have Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? And I really liked it in the Barbie movie. I think that it's beautiful lyrics, you can't deny. Personally, I'm not a big Billie fan. I don't like a lot of breathy voices. How do you guys not get into car accidents when you listen to this music in the car? Because I'm falling asleep. This, Phoebe, I'm out here just like. On My Mama by Victoria Monet. And I didn't really know who she was before, and I really liked this song. I think that she can have a good chance at the Best New Artist category. I was really pleasantly surprised with this song. The line that was that I highlighted here is, "I'm so deep in my bag, like grandma with a peppermint." I loved that. Vampire is basically Beautiful People with Beautiful Problems by Lana Del Rey featuring Stevie Nicks, and it's basically that song, but bad. I do like the piano, and it honestly gives me John Lennon vibes. Not even gonna lie. Listen to it, then listen to Imagine. Don't come at me. I just think that you can really hear the evolution of music in today's artists. I really think that it would be beautiful if it was just her and a piano. And I wrote in my notes that I don't like the random 2016 club vibes. Now the song that I think is going to win, because the Academy loves Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. But again, I'm really trying to gun for people who don't haven't won. So Miley, I really, you know, Lana Del Rey, it's criminal at this point, in my opinion. But Anti-Hero. I hated the video.
Always rooting for the anti-hero.
Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared.
I'm not gonna explain too much, but I didn't like the fat scale thing, and I know a lot of Swifties like to defend that. I think it was a mistake, and I can explain in the comments if you want to talk about it, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. The other reason I didn't like it was the part about, you know, some people said, oh my God, this is so like Taylor to like leave all her money to the cats. And it's like, and not her children, who she did a bad job raising. And it's like, I'm so afraid of my daughter-in-law killing me for the money. And I'm just like, a daughter-in-law with kids that you don't have is your biggest fear. I'm sorry. But other than that, I do think it's a really great song. And then I've said it once, and I'll say it 1,000 times. Jack Antonoff needs to be stopped. Kill Bill by SZA. Why do people love murder so much? And I say this as a true crime buff, but there's a lot of it that's just like, I don't know, creepy to me. There's a part of this song that reminds me of like that liminal music trend. It sounded like those weird nostalgic videos, so I might be crazy, but that's that. Album of the year. So we got Jon Batiste, Boy Genius, Miley, Lana Del Rey, and we have Janelle Monáe, Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, and SZA. So I have my picks for this. And as much as I love Janelle Monáe, I saw her in concert this year, go check out my review. It was a spiritual, life-changing experience, and everyone should go see Janelle live. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? It just is Lana's time. I love her so much, and I'm biased because she could just breathe, and I would want her to win. I would want her to win for like the crappier albums that aren't my favorite. She's made no crappy albums, but you know what I mean? Like Blue Banisters, it wasn't my vibe, but if she won for that, I'd be happy because it's Lana. But at the same time, if she won for something like that, it's a slap in the face because it's like one of those consolation prize, like Whoopi Goldberg winning Oscar for Ghost, like, or Jessica Lange winning for Tootsie instead of Frances. My references. Because Norman Rockwell should have won everything. It is still such a masterpiece. I really think it could go either way with Guts or Midnights, because the Academy loves Taylor and Olivia. I love you, Taylor. I loved a lot of Midnights. I really did. But it wasn't the greatest album of all time or even herself. It was her in her pocket, and it really for me was like a continuation of Lover sounds and some Reputation sounds, and it was just like saying it's this once in a lifetime genre defying album. No, it's not. It's Taylor Swift being Taylor Swift, and that's fine. Do you know how many Neil Young songs sound exactly the same? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Joni Mitchell used the same circle game riff on like 3 different songs, so it's not like anything I ever heard before from her. It's Taylor Swift, but cursing.
Dickhead guy.
Song of the year, I really think A&W, because Lana hasn't won, but Butterfly by Jon Batiste. We have to talk about it because this song, I hadn't heard it before. I was blown away. I almost cried. His voice, his range, but the fucking lyrics of this song, write them on paper. That is poetry. It was almost nostalgic, this song. It was like something like nostalgia that for something that I even hadn't experienced or something, or like a dream world of mine. What I think is maybe gonna win is Antihero. I don't really know. Like, we got Record of the Year and Song of the Year. So if we're just going off Song of the Year because it's songwriting, A&W as a constructed piece is amazing. The lyrics are fantastic, and I really want Lana to be rewarded for sharing her soul, bearing her soul. That song, if you just really pay attention to the lyrics, just beyond. That and Butterfly, I think, have the best lyrics, have the best song construction, but melodically, I think Antihero sounds like maybe the only song off Midnights that doesn't sound, maybe the only song off Midnights that is kind of different. We haven't talked about Dance the Night from the Barbie movie, and I think it's a fun one. I really love it. I love the disco pop. You know, I think there's something about Dua Lipa's style and the way that she has kind of brought back this, like I said, 70s disco nostalgia. Like it's just, yeah, there's something fun about it. And I love the dance that goes along with it. And yeah, I love the Barbie movie. And you know, of course, Mark Ronson was involved, so we have to give nods to him. But yeah, I gave my opinion, but I'm not sure. Best New Artist. So I don't know who half these people are, but my guesses are Ice Spice. And then I am personally hoping it's Coco Jones because she was Disney Channel. If you don't remember the masterpiece that was Let It Shine, I don't know what to tell you. You maybe, you know, maybe I'm the one that needs financial compensation because I'm old, whatever. But she also was on Disney Channel's Radio Disney's Next Big Thing, NBT. Does anyone remember that? I loved watching that, and I think I voted for her. I think I called in and I was rooting for her. So I'm giving it to Coco Jones. Noah, please don't come at me because I'm not really sure who this is, and his last name, I want to say it's Khan from what I've heard, Noah Khan, but if it's Kahan, I apologize with my pronunciation. A lot of people like him. In the comments, people were like, it has to be Noah, it has to be Noah for Best New Artist, so I'm not sure, but there you go. Victoria Monet also, I think she has a good chance. I really, really liked her song that I mentioned earlier. So there you go. Producer of the Year. Okay. Why must this man follow me? He goes working for Lorde. He goes working for Lana. He's working with Taylor. He's everywhere. Other than Jack, I don't know any of these people.
I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Songwriter of the Year, non-classical.
I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
Category 7, Best Pop Solo Performance. My heart is with Miley, but I think Doja Cat may take it. Category 8, Pop Duo Performance, Best Pop Duo, and I am gonna go with Candy Necklace, which is Lana featuring Jon Batiste, and oh my God, that music video is so moving as well. It's just haunting, it's beautiful. I think he is incredibly talented. I wish he was used a little more in that song. Like, I wish he was singing more on it. He kind of only appears toward the end, but I believe he plays piano on it. So, but I'm a fan all the way. And but I do think possibly Karma with Taylor Swift and Ice Spice could win. And I don't want to go into too much detail on why that's kind of a whole big thing in and of itself, them working with each other. But I do have a serious question. Do you think Taylor Swift listens to Munch?
I was feeling you. That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch on my body, I get what I want like.
Best pop vocal album. I love Kelly Clarkson with all of my heart, and I would be very happy if she won. But again, I am rooting for Miley because Endless Summer Vacation. First of all, even that title is just lovely. But I'm just, I think she was snubbed for Plastic Hearts. That album was from start to finish incredible. And then I think that what they're maybe gonna go with is Guts or Midnights. But if Ed Sheeran wins again in an all-woman category, where he's the only man. Best dance electronic recording. Don't hate me, I didn't know Skrillex was still bopping, still making hits. Good on him. Best pop dance recording. Baby Don't Hurt Me, David Guetta, and Anne-Marie and Corey LeRae. You know, I have a lot of things, gripes with sampling, and I think that these guys kind of did that too much, because it's like, for me, it sounded like a remix from the 90s song, and I didn't love that. It was like a club remix, in my opinion, but there you go. I really love Kylie Minogue. She is an icon. I think that I'm gonna have to give it to, I hear it and I know. That's the one that I want to win. The one that I think might win is Rush by Troye Sivan. I think I might have to give it to Troy. I think Troye Sivan for Rush might take it. I feel the rush, addicted to your touch. It's so good now. That song is so catchy. That chorus kind of sounds like a song I've heard before, and when I figure it out, it's over for you bitches. But I have to say something, and I think that what is so endearing about Troy as well, and like lovable about him, like, look at that face. Come on, like, oh my god, what a cutie pie, right?
This next artist is somebody I'm so obsessed with. I'm like super fan #1 of this guy. Here with Troy.
1 in a Million. The only thing this song is missing is Pitbull.
Mr. 305 checking in for the remix.
Okay. Rock performance. Sculptures of Anything, Arctic Monkeys. You know, I love the Arctic Monkeys, but I think, you know, Foo Fighters or Metallica. You know, I gotta go with what's really rock here, guys. Okay, best rock song. If the Rolling Stones lose to Olivia Rodrigo, I will take that over Boy Genius, because at least Olivia Rodrigo has, like, I don't know, rock elements, has this kind of like, I would take Avril Lavigne over them, so I would take her too. It's like that kind of new generation. Oh, I love Greta Van Fleet. I love the song Flower Power. That is one of the most poetic, most beautiful songs ever, and you are stupid if you don't agree. Based on melody, like, they are rock and roll. They are fantastic. And you know, I will quote my mother on this one. She said that she heard a little Rush more than Led Zeppelin. Best rap performance, not Drake. Well, I think I was a little presumptuous to say I would listen to all of these songs, because I lost interest really, really fast. But there are a lot that I did listen to that I couldn't feature in this whole piece, because then we'd really be here all day. I'm also not a huge gospel music buff or Christian music buff, so I didn't really feel that it was fair for me to judge some of these albums and pieces of work, because I am you know, I'm a consumer. I'm not a professional anything. I hope to be. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you at the Grammys. Let's see what, I mean, I'm not going. Don't take that as a promise or anything. Let's make a little promise that I'll do some coverage on it. And yeah, thank you so much again. This was a lot of research and time and listening, and it was obviously very, very fun. But if you are feeling very charitable or whatever, and you just want to support the channel, you can go hit my Venmo in the episode's description. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, comment if you wish. I love having conversations about music. Go check out my Beatles vlog because there's some great stories that people are sharing from Beatlemania and their experiences as children during that time. And I think it's so important to read about. And I also want to say you should go subscribe to my website. I do a radio show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Mixcloud. My recurring series is called The Songs That Shaped Me. The Songs That Shaped Me is where people sit down with me and talk about songs that impacted their lives. It's that simple. This has been Rio, the hot child in the city, and I'm signing off.